So an infrared sauna is actually different than a regular sauna. So when you go to the gym or like honestly random, like, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, like random childhood memory. You know, when you went to like a mountain, why are you looking at me like that? A mountain resort or something, like where there's like hot tubs and an indoor pool and there's always like a steam room and sauna in the locker room. Mm-hmm. Like I just remember trying to go sit in those saunas and it's dry air because they're with like the rocks and you add water to it and it just is like super dry hot air. So the difference with an infrared sauna is it uses infrared light instead of steam or like other kinds of heat to create in like induction, essentially. I think that's the right word.
Why does that sound like hella dangerous though?
I mean, it kind of does sound a little dangerous. However, it's not.
So the infrared sauna basically warms your body up from the inside out. It's not like
So it's like a microwave.
Yes, you're like a rotisserie chicken and it's warming you up from the inside out. So basically what it does is it kind of makes tricks your body into thinking like you have a fever. Do you get that? And then your body goes into like this mode where it's like protecting itself from a fever. And so that's like what happens because you from the inside out, your body is warming up.
So the blanket ranges from 68 to 158 degrees. I'm talking about a sauna blanket, but I think other infrared saunas, you can probably get a little hotter than those blankets. And the biggest question I think is if they work. So does it actually have any high benefit? Like if it does have a benefit, what exactly is it? So they do work well. And they since the temperature range is 80 to 160 degrees, it's great for people that can't handle the heat of like a normal sauna room, like the ones I was talking about in that childhood memory. And they're more tolerable for people. So I hate the word detox. But the way that it works is it helps you sweat, like it induces sweat. So sweating is a good way. I mean, like I said, I don't love using the word detox, but sweating is good for you. It helps drain out any toxins in the body. And this doctor mentioned like arsenic, lead, mercury can be excreted through sweat.
Like heavy metals?
Yeah, heavy metals. Another thing is it's been proven to help sore muscles. So a lot of athletes and fitness instructors take advantage of infrared sauna, like Carly was talking about when she used to go to Body Squad, because it helps applying heat and it widens the blood vessels and increases blood flow. So that actually helps get away any lactic acid that's building up in your muscles that will create more soreness for the next day and other toxins that might create more soreness. It actually is proven to help your heart. Yeah. So they can help normalize blood pressure. There are fewer studies with the more medical benefits of it because a lot of the studies I was reading a lot about it and they were done on really small control groups. So with bigger studies, you actually have a better idea of if it works for more people or not, especially if it's a blind study. So I read about one study that they had 6 people who ran. They were all runners. 3 of them used infrared sauna as a way to recover after all their long runs that week. And 3 of them did not. But it was not a blind study. So the people who were using it knew they were using it. The people who weren't obviously knew that they weren't. And after 6 or 7 weeks of using infrared sauna, the people who were using it to recover actually were able to run 20 minutes longer on average than the people who weren't using it to recover. So the question is, was it the infrared sauna? Probably, like some of it probably was, but also it's like the placebo effect. If you know you're getting treated, then you might feel better than if you weren't. But they did say the athletes noticed a massive difference in their recovery and also in their performance. And it's just a really good way if you want to relax and you like being warm and getting a good sweat in without having to overexert yourself. It's a nice way to do it. I know a lot of people that do it just to relax.
Yeah, it boosts your mood, serotonin levels. But I'm going to talght about some myth busting things.
Okay, let's just do it.
So myth busting, everyone thinks saunas are directly correlated with weight loss. That is not true.
Excuse me.
Sauna blankets and saunas in general can help with weight loss. Unfortunately, this is untrue. This idea probably comes from the fact that when you sit in a sauna, you weigh yourself and you will probably find you have lost a bit of weight after.
Well, no shit. It's all the sweat.
This will only be water you've lost through sweating, so it doesn't count as losing weight, and you'll put it back on as soon as you drink a glass of water. So if you are like, oh, I saw that this is going to benefit me because of weight loss, don't do it just for that. All right. We just talked about a million other benefits. Same with like detox. As Maddie said, obviously it doesn't really detox. You have your liver and your kidneys to take care of detoxifying your body, but it is going to make you sweat a lot. Can you sweat out a hangover in it? Actually, it probably won't help with that because
It'll make you more dehydrated. You'll probably feel worse. I know I had a friend once, she went to hot yoga.
Oh my God.
Viciously hungover. And she said she thought she was going to pass out the entire class and it was the worst experience of her life. So don't go somewhere where you're going to sweat in excess if you're hungover and already dehydrated.
That also happened when I was at a wedding in Charleston.
Oh God.
We the whole bridal party, we like went to a hot yoga class one morning. They actually had me plan it, and we all like went out the night before because this was the morning of the rehearsal dinner. So we went out the night before and we all didn't really do anything the night of the rehearsal dinner. And one girl, it was like mama's night out. She was sending it. She's like, yeah, let's go. Like my kids are at home with my parents. Like I finally we're going for it. And the next morning she was so hungover and she went to hot yoga. She held it together the whole time. She steps outside of the studio, projectiles. Like I felt so bad. But yeah,
Poor thing.
That did not help her in any way, shape, or form.
And also a big part of infrared sauna is doing it and making sure before you get into it, you are hydrated.
Yes.
And you are like, you're feeling pretty good. You don't want to go into it being like, I feel like shit.
Or like, I'm lightheaded. Like,
don't do that. Do you ever feel better if you go out into like a hot environment if you're already not feeling good? Usually no. So don't. Yeah.
The last false like myth busting claim is that it boosts your immune system. Healthy immune system depends on reducing stress. So it's possible that using a sauna or sauna blanket for relaxation and stress relief can naturally boost your immune system, but it's not overall going to just like make your immune system better.
If you're doing infrared sauna, it's not like, oh, I'm healthier. No, you have to treat your body really well and fuel it correctly and do all the other things to make sure.
Just like everything.
Yes, like everything. And it's a beautiful balance. Yes, a correlation of how balancing a healthy lifestyle is what it's all about, not just doing one or the other thing.
Yes.
Point blank.
Blink what?
Point blank.
Oh, point blank. I thought you said blink.
Period.
Mic drop.